Want to go, pretty boy?
Two minutes by yourself and you feel shame, you know, and then you get free.
The only thing better than a glass of beer is tea with Miss McGill.
And welcome to the Fourth Line Voice Podcast. My name is Darren. Thank you very much for tuning in. Episode 466 of the big show. Some enforcer-based podcasting coming at you, brought to you by the Hockey Podcast Network. What's happening, folks? How's it going? Saturday night, sitting down here in the dark and looking at 9:25 p.m. It's the middle of August. Look at that. Where has the summer gone? We're midsummer's dream here, folks. Yeah, the school's right around the corner. I'm not even going to say snow. Well, I guess I just said it, but a few months for that still. But, oh well. Celebrate the time that we have, correct? Okay. Well, folks, boys and girls, what are we going to talk about today? Well, got a few things lined up. We've got some signings. Talk about the live stream for a second. I have the 1985 Hershey Bears team rules that we will talk about. I think I already talked about that, but way back when. Hopefully we have some new listeners since then. We're going to look at the Bruise brothers, Probert and Kocur. Somebody sent me a link to their top individually. Bob Probert's top 5 and Joey Kocur's top 5 career fights on YouTube. So we will see what that entails. I have a question. I had a question from somebody. My favorite NHL, they're like, I know you're not an NHL, but your favorite NHL logos for 2025. All right, just not the jerseys or anything, just the logo. So, all right, I'll do that. And, yeah, and a whole lot more. Oh, and I have a list. Villains, past and present. I'll check that link out. I have not read the list. Like I always say, when I send the lists, I don't know what they are. I like to discover them with you guys, so I will open the link on the air, and we will have a look. But before we get started, as I said, member of the Hockey Podcast Network. Those over 100 shows on the network. I'm on the original content side with Terry Ryan, Old Tales of TR, Joe Lazito, Coliseum Chronicles. I don't know, Joe must have booked some vacation time. His last episode was like early July. It was a Keyshawn Atchison review. So Joe's on summer holidays. I wish I had thought of that. You know, either that or he got told to leave. HR got a hold of Joe. Said we had a draw and your name came up. Well, we'll see. I haven't talked to Joe for a little bit. I'll text him. I'll see if he got canned or not. But check out Joe's back. If Joe did indeed get released, let's celebrate his back catalog. Asham Strudwig, Matt Rutchney, Steve Fletcher was his latest stuff. Joe does a great job. Check out his interviews. Joe, I need to get you. While Joe's busy, he's probably on break there down at, I don't know, where is he? Coney Island, Long Island, I don't know, Hudson River. I think Joe likes to take his dinghy out on the Hudson River. Or play with his dinghy by the river. I don't know. But Joe Lazito, folks. Well wishes. I should have started with this. Old terrible Tony there in Vancouver. He got a hip replacement. The old man got a hip replacement. So no yoga in the park for a little while. You know, Tony's a big downward dog guy. But hopefully he heals up quickly. I can't wait to see. With all his free time, he'll be all over the internet replying to every Tony Twist post and shit-talking Twist despite saying he's a fan. Tony, don't deny it. I see it. But I hope you're a speedy recovery, my friend. Yeah. What else should we talk? Well, there we go. Well, the live stream, or the dead stream as I call it. Actually, it's funny. Actually, I've done it a couple times. I already had people reaching out. Old Mike there in old Massey. Holy shit! he wanted it. He wanted me to do a live stream, just any excuse to get out of anything, I think. You know, Mike, do not use me for your skullduggery, sir. But as far as the live stream goes, I appreciate. I had numerous people. Hey, you doing a live stream? Yes, Friday Fights was going to be a thing here. It is going to be a thing here. Unfortunately, yesterday, I had family come to the house, and we had a barbecue and stuff, so I was not able to do the live stream yesterday. And then I thought about doing it tonight, and then I was like, Then I realized I haven't actually recorded a podcast yet, so the podcast will take precedence over the live stream. Although maybe after this episode's done, they'll be like, "Yeah, fuck, you should have done the live stream." No, Fridays going forward, I actually have a playlist made for next Friday, and it is going to be all minor league and junior stuff, and I think it'll be fun. It'll be about an hour, and I got rid of all the copyrighted stuff, so the live stream should be good to go with no interruptions. We can watch the fights, and we can talk about them, and everybody get in the chat room, and on we go. So that will be... barring something silly happening. Friday, like I said, I want to make it a Friday thing, 9 o'clock Eastern, Friday night fights, and we'll watch some videos, comment on them, we'll get the chat rocking, and we'll drink some beers, and we'll talk some shit. So, live stream on the Fourth Line Voice YouTube channel, that Fourth Line Voice on YouTube. Please subscribe to the channel, and we will get it going. Also, wow, I was about to say something, I completely lost my train of thought. That's what you want to do when you're recording. Oh, of course, the Bob Probert Invitational, the 7th annual Bob Probert Invitational Tournament. It's a voting tournament where I take 64 guys from NHL, past and present. Well, actually, nobody present, past. And it's like March Madness. We do a bracket, and we'll see who wins at the end. Dave Brown has won the last two, but it's been a few years since I've actually done the Probert Invitational, because I used to do them on Twitter all the time, back when Twitter was really rocking. And that's actually what got my Twitter account really popping. When I first did it years ago, I gained thousands of followers from doing that tournament. It was awesome. It was a real boom to the channel. But Twitter these days sucks real legit ass, and I barely spend any time on it anymore, which is unfortunate. But I noticed a few weeks back that on Facebook, I actually have polling options now on my Facebook page. So Fourth Line Voice on Facebook. Yes, we're old. We're us old people. Hey, but we're going to talk about old players. So us old people on Facebook, please come to the Fourth Line Voice. And starting Monday, round 1 of the Bob Probert Invitational will start. So please tune in for that. And and vote daily. The polls are for 24 hours, and we go down the deal, and we'll see who wins it at the end. And I can't wait to hear everybody tell me who's not in it and what happened and what's going on and blah, blah, blah. But it'll be a lot of fun, so I hope people come and vote. And that'll start Monday, the 18th. So as you're listening to this, and please, if you're on social media, if you want to do that to yourself, Fourth Line Voice on Facebook, as well as Instagram, and of course on YouTube. So please subscribe. And if you want to ever drop me a line and get a hold of me, my DMs are open, as the kids say, or you can email me at Fourth Line Voice. That's the number 4TH and then write it line voice at gmail.com. I know I lost my Hockey Fights Hotmail account. It got hacked, or I don't know what happened. I just can't get into it. So unfortunately, it pisses me off because I got a lot of old, I have years and years, decade ago, emails in there that have like cool shit in them, and I'm pissed off. But I don't know, maybe I'll try to recover it. But I don't know, I've done a bunch of shit. But anyway. Yes, but get a hold of me if you'd like to get a hold of me. I would love to hear from you. But please subscribe to the channel. If you're listening to this, as I always say, please download, don't stream. That's how we get paid. And the stars at the top on iTunes or Spotify, whatever. Could you just hit the star rating? Please rate the show. Because, again, it helps in the algorithms, and I'd greatly appreciate it. Also, my other venture, the other podcast that I do, because God knows I can't stop talking, the Bruised and Battered podcast. It is a look at current minor league hockey that I co-host along with my boys Jay and Alec. Right now we're going bi-weekly. as this in the off season. Once the season starts, we go every Friday. Or weekly episodes get released on Friday. This week's guest, Sawyer Bolton, interview. So check that out, and also just tune in, and the three of us have some banter back and forth and talk about, I don't know, Jay's drinking his shitty IPA beers and nonsense and Jersey nonsense and everything, and then we do the interview, and we always have fun. So the Bruised and Battered podcast, I hope you guys check that out as well. Actually, the show's doing really well. We're really happy with it. It's actually really climbing, really growing. We've actually had some teams reach out to us in terms of, air quotes, influencing and that type of thing. I don't really know what that means. I'm too old for that, but I guess it's fun to be talked about, right? So, please subscribe to the show and check it out, and I hope you guys dig it. If you're into the current stuff, I know I'm not, but that's what I said. I do 2 hockey podcasts. I don't watch hockey. It's quite amazing, actually, but I watch the fights though. And and that's what the Bruised and Battered is too, obviously by the name and stuff. It's a look at tough current minor league hockey. I mean, we're not talking about the power play in Toledo or anything. Like, no, we're talking tough guys, and we interview tough guys, and and that's who we put the spotlight on. So, but please, I encourage you to check it out. But there we go. Well, let's get into things. Well, signings. Well, first of all, I'm going to start. Hey, an Ice Wars signing. Of course, the next Ice Wars event is in Florida in October. Not quite sure the date yet, but I believe it is in Miami, Florida, and in early October, I believe. But the card should be announced this coming up week. But I know they did actually just sign Sebastien Laferriere from the Quebec League, who he's been around forever. Played in the Quebec Junior League, has been around the LNH for years. Plays in the AAA League now, bounces back and forth between that and the LNH. He's been in about 8 million fights, and I want to say, I don't know, I haven't confirmed this, I'm not quite sure, but I believe he will be fighting Nick Laporte in the heavyweight main event matchup, which will be, I like Nick Laporte, old gorgeous Gord there from Shoresy, but Nick, you're in one. Sebastien Laferriere is a bad dude, man, so that'll be a real interesting fight. And folks, this next Ice Wars will be on real ice. It is on real ice, and it is bare knuckle. There's no gloves, it's bare knuckle. Myself, I am not a fan of bare knuckle for 3 rounds. Like, I understand that hockey fights are bare knuckle. Yeah, but hockey fights are like 20 seconds. These are 3 1-minute rounds, so punching a helmet for 3 rounds, for 3 minutes, to me sounds ridiculous. But I'm not the one punching the helmet, so I just hope the guys don't get hurt, because these guys all got to go to work on Monday. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm not a fan of the bare knuckle. But at any rate, it is going to be on real ice, which I am a big fan of. Real ice, bare knuckle, October, Florida, Ice Wars. This is Ice Wars 6. Well, we'll see how it goes. But Sebastien Laferriere has signed. Again, I'm not quite... That's the rumors I've heard, that he is fighting Nick Laporte. I mean, they're both heavyweights and stuff, and he is a named guy. So I would assume that's who his fight is against, but it has not been confirmed. But that's just that's me speculating. But I have confirmed that it is bare knuckle, and I have confirmed it is on real ice in Florida in October. So I know that much. I don't know much, but I know that much. In other signings, young Spencer Kennedy, has re-signed with Kalamazoo. There's a good young fighter for you guys. Big kid, lanky. I like it. I like his style. Go check out his stuff. Well, that's the thing with East Coast League fights. It's like, well, I want to go to YouTube, but they're not on YouTube. They're not on hockeyfights.com. Yes, because East Coast League copyrights everything, because that's how they are. But I'm going to lay some knowledge on you. As I said, if you're on Instagram, go to the account Coast Battles, and the other account, the Hockey Fight League. Caden and John do a great job, and you will find the things you were looking for at those channels. But let's just keep it on the low, all right? You didn't hear it from me. The other signing in the East Coast League, Nico Blatchman has signed back in Florida with the Everblades, which I think pretty much signals the retirement of Kyle Neuber, who has been kind of the resident heavyweight there in Florida for the last bunch of years. But he's always, every year, I'm going to retire, maybe not. I think with them signing Nico, I think that signifies that Kyle Neuber has done. But I am a huge Nico Blatchford fan. Good dude. He's been on the Blues and Battered show a bunch of times. But I like the style. He's old school, runs around. Is not afraid to take a suspension. Yeah. So congratulations to Nico. That was good to hear. So there we got a few signings for you to talk about. And yeah, of course, everybody knows that listens to this show. You know I'm an Ice Wars guy. Yeah, so needless to say, I'm super excited about the Laferriere because I've been a big fan of Sebastian Laferriere for a bunch of years. So, like I said, he's been around. I believe he was in junior in like 2005, fighting like Brandon Tidbull in the Quebec League. That's how long ago we're talking about in the Quebec juniors. So, and he's still doing it at almost 40 years old, and a big guy, and he's fought everybody from Alex Penner to Francis Lassard to Curtis Tidbull, like I said, on and on. So, yes, I'm looking forward to it. Somebody asked me to rate. They're like, never mind the jerseys or anything else. Just what are your top 5 NHL logos? I had somebody ask me that on Facebook the other day. So I was like, all right, okay, well, I'll save it for the show then. And I got to thinking, so I went to YouTube. I'm like, okay, NHL logos. So I'm staring at the screen. My top 5. And just the logos. We're not doing jersey colors or anything like that. Just the logo. All right. In 2025. Number 5, I got the Minnesota Wild. For some reason, the Bears head with the pine trees and shit in it. And I kind of dig that logo. I'll go with the Wild at 5. Number 4, the New Jersey Devils. I've always had a soft spot for the Devils, especially their old red and green jerseys. Those were sweet. 3, the Red Wings, the spoke wheel at the wing. That's just badass. That's old school. Number 2, the Sabres. I like the Sabres logo, like with the whole buffalo and the Sabres crossing. Yeah. And not the slug or the other one or whatever, but yeah, just the old school, blue and gold with the Sabres. Oh, hell yeah. Pissed me off. I used to actually have an old blue and gold robbery Sabres jersey, and we had a house party and it got lifted. It pisses me off. I just remembered that. I don't know why that popped into my head because that happened like 20 years ago, but 30 years ago, pretty much. I don't know why I remembered that, but yeah, that just got me mad now. It's about 25 years. Yeah. So yeah. That was mid-90s. Anyway. Where was it? Sabres. Yes, the Sabres. And then number 1, the Blackhawks. It's got to be the Hawks. This is classic logos. Yeah, so there you go. What did I say? Wild, Devils, Wings, Sabres, Hawks. Yeah. The Bruins should be in there too. Maybe I'll replace the Wild with the Bruins. Yeah, okay, I'll do that. I'm going old school. I'll get rid of the Wild. Although I like the Wild head and stuff. Although the colors, I never liked the jersey colors. But for some reason, I was staring at that logo today. I never really paid much attention to the Wild logo before. I mean, I always knew what it was or whatever. But now that I'm just kind of staring at it, I'm like, you know what? This is actually not that bad. I kind of dig it. But yeah, I'll replace the Wild with the Bruins. We'll go with the Bruins, Devils, Wings, Sabres, Hawks. There you go. There's Darren's top 5 NHL logos. Okay. We were talking Hershey Bears team rules for 1985, 1986. My friend Jeff Blosky sent this to me years ago. His brother Mike was in Philadelphia, was drafted by the Flyers and was in Hershey. And I love it because back the Blosky saved everything. So he was digging through his papers and he found this and he sent it to me years ago, and I dig it. Jeff, I talk to Jeff now and again on social media. I know he's in Saskatoon. I need to get him on the show and we'll talk because he was a goalie in the SJHL and I know he's got some stories. So Jeff, if you're listening, we need to get you on the show. But here we are, the Hershey Bears team rules for 1985, 1986. Number 1, on a non-weight room day, all players will be in the dressing room 1/2 hour before the team goes on the ice. Fine, $25. Number 2, late on the ice for practice is $25 fine. 3, not on the ice for practice without valid reason, i.e. injuries, sickness, etc. Note, if you are ill, phone the coach. Do not pass the word on through somebody else. fine. Days pay. Holy shit. Number 4, any player out after curfew. Curfew will vary from time to time. Fine $200. Holy shit. Any player late for a team meeting will be fined $25. Number 6, no consumption of alcohol beverages or gambling on commercial flights unless given permission. Fine $100. Number 7, all players must be in dressing room 1/2 hours before game time. Fine $100. All injuries, hockey-related or personal, must be reported to the trainer immediately. All appointments with our team doctor must be kept. Fine $100. Public appearance must be cleared by the coach. Failure to make yourself available will result in a fine. $100. No sticks or equipment will be taken out of the club dressing room at home or on the road without permission. $50 fine. No unnecessary breaking of sticks. $20 to $25 fine. Well, that'd be about a $500 fine these days with the price of sticks. Number 12, any act deemed prejudicial to good order or hockey discipline will mean a fine and or suspension. All right. Number 13, any coach, player, or trainer receiving an unsportsmanlike penalty will be fined $50. If it costs us the game, the fine will double. All right. No spitting on the floor. Use proper baskets. No dogs allowed in the dressing room. $25 fine. Radio and television, if there is one, must be off 1/2 hour before going on the ice for warm-ups. The trainer is not a personal valet as far as cleaning up after you. Keep your locker clear of newspapers, etc., or it will result in a fine. $15. You got a lot of weights. Put the weights back in place after using them. Fine, $25. That should be the $200 fine. From what is established as your best playing weight, you will be allowed 2 pounds more on weigh-in days. If more, the fine starts at $25 and doubles every time you are over. Holy shit, fatties, watch out. All incidental charges will be paid by players before leaving the hotels. Keep a receipt in case the hotel makes a mistake. You will then have a record. Hotel bar is out of bounds unless under special conditions. 20. No drugs at all. Immediate suspension will follow. Number 21. Players are responsible for 50% of fines levied according to Rule 54E. I will be the judge of whether you could have left the area. Note, we will and must stick together. So a 50% fine levied according to... so it's from the league. All right. Players need permission from the coach to leave the ice during workouts. 23. No beards for now. Will likely change later in the year in brackets. 24. Fines will double if not paid to your fine man within 24 hours after receiving your paycheck. The exception is if we are on the road. 25. Number 25. Dress code broken. Fine $25. 26. No smoking in the dressing room at any time. Smoking is allowed after the game in the weight room. Yeah. So go work out and have a dart. Yeah, there you go. 26. No illegal sticks in any way, curve, width, or length. This is a fine that will not go into the team fund. Okay, no illegal sticks in any way, curve, width, or length. $100 league fine, $100 team fine, $50 if a goal is scored, $50 if we lose 1 or 2 points in the standings because of a goal in that game. This is a fine that will not go into the team fund. Oh, don't do that. Dress code memo. No blue jeans except once you are on the bus as we travel. They cannot be worn in public when we are representing the team on the road. A shirt and tie with a sport jacket must be worn at all games and when traveling by plane. Day of the game on the road, a tie is not needed until game time, but wear a dress shirt, not a golf shirt with a sport jacket. Off days, golf shirts are fine with a sport jacket. Corduroys are okay. Remember, the corduroys are all right. Make sure they're not faded and that they have a crease in them. For traveling after game, bring a sandwich or have something delivered. The bus is not stopping for individuals to get food. So there you go. There is the Hershey Bears rules for 85, 86. Don't break them. Fines are stiff, let me tell you. What else do we got on this ragtag show? Oh, yes, the list here. We'll find the... we'll scroll through the list here. Okay. The list is from Oddshark. Really? I didn't even know they wrote articles. Okay. When is it? Doesn't seem to have a date, but okay. NHL's greatest villains, past and present. We hate them, but we want them on our team. They're menaces on the ice and sometimes off it too. The playoffs is when you see them at their annoyance skill on overdrive. For decades, they've scattered themselves around the league. It's the NHL's greatest villains through the decades and a recap of all the chaos they've caused. All right, well, here we go. Pricks from the past. That's pretty funny. These guys have retired and moved on, but getting rid of pests is tough, and their legacy will continue. Number Chris Pronger. Thanks to 8 suspensions, Pronger is forced to sit 22 games in his career. Why? Just minor casual things like cross-checking, slashing, sticks to the throat, using his skate as a weapon, jumping off the bench to fight, and some headshots. I don't think he really jumped off the bench to fight. Who wrote this? Nothing too crazy. No, this man was insane. Before his career ended in 2011 after being diagnosed with post-concussion syndrome. Yeah, Pronger was dirty as shit and big and stuff, but I was never a Pronger fan. I always thought he was a bitch, to be honest. He's dirty as shit and never really fought. Actually, let's look that up. How many... I say that without really... I don't remember Chris Pronger fighting, and when he did fight, he sucked at it, but he was definitely dirty. But let's look that up. Chris Pronger fight card. And we're going to do this on the fly here, folks, because as I say it, I'm just realizing I don't really know. How many fights did he have? Oh, yeah, here we go. Yeah, 4, 6, 7, 11, 12, 14, 15, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Yeah, 21 fights in his career. So, yeah, fuck this guy. Yeah, dirty as shit, 21 fights. Yeah, not a Pronger fan. Although nowadays on podcasts, he does tell good stories. Sean Avery. Avery is one of the... have seen more with the gloves off than on. Aside from fighting, the former Ranger pulled antics and netminders too. The league had to introduce a rule commonly called Avery rule, which doesn't allow players to wave their sticks in front of the goalie's face. Widely considered the most hated man in hockey for most of his career, including by staff in his locker room, his head coach Tortorella and Avery certainly clashed. A year after his retirement in 2012, Torts got canned in New York, and Avery took online to share that he had the biggest smile on his face when he heard the news. I mean, I admire the honesty. Yeah, Avery's a prick. You know, I liked when he played, though. He always started shit. You know, I don't think he was ever suspended, though. Like, I wouldn't call Avery dirty. He was annoying, but I would never call him dirty. Just mouthed off a lot, but he fought and stuff. I mean, I had no problem with the way he played. I just think off the ice is just a jerk off. And then I've heard from, and it's been sourced out that he was a prick to trainers and shit and like off ice staff. So, you know, like I was, fuck you, Sean Avery. You know, yeah, going after trainers and like clubhouse guys. Yeah, go fuck yourself. Todd Bertuzzi. Okay, we always wanted to be one of the top villains until he committed one of the dirtiest hits in hockey history. Of course, it's the whole Steve Moore shit, whatever. Steve Moore, after he injured Captain Naslund, Moore answered the bell 6 minutes in the game fighting Cook, but it wasn't satisfactory for Bertuzzi. Down 8-2, the winger tailed and provoked Moore around the rink. Eventually, he grabbed him by the collar and sucker punched him in the jaw. Well, you sort of answered. As you said, the winger tailed and provoked Moore around the rink and then sucker punched him. Well, again, I will take issue with that because how can it be a sucker punch if you tell the guy for 35 seconds that you're going to do it? The two toppled to the ice. Moore's head hit the ice hard. Moore was taken to the hospital, 3 fractured vertebrae, concussion. Bertuzzi had ended his career. Wow. Yeah, actually, there's... Whatever, we could litigate the whole Bertuzzi-Moore thing. I've done it on this channel before. I got a lot of heat over it. It was a couple years ago I did, but I don't know. If Moore just fought him, and Moore could probably beat Bertuzzi because Bertuzzi couldn't fight worth a shit. Moore might actually beat him. If you had just fought Bertuzzi, you would have kept playing. So, you know, I don't know. I mean, and like I said, how is it a sucker punch when you tell the guy you're going to do it? That's, you know, just saying. I mean, yeah, like I said, you don't have to like Bertuzzi or whatever, but I'm just like, is that not, you're taxing the very definition of the phrase sucker punch. Anyway, modern day bullies. History repeats itself. Unless you're a Leafs fan still waiting for the cup, then I don't know if the 60s are coming back. Regardless, there are plenty of villains in hockey today. I guess. Brad Marchand. Okay, we'll start with the obvious. He is the most suspended player in NHL history, losing over $1.4 million in salary throughout 13 seasons. What? Could have bought a family home and he chose to lick people instead. Thought he should be, though he should be thrilled playing for the Stanley Cup favorites. Marchand was savage on Twitter before his account was deactivated or some of the tweets over the years. Of Quite obvious everlasting hatred for the 34-year-old as he's known as the league rat. I don't know how that can be turned into a positive. Brad Marchand's the most suspended player in NHL history. Huh. But I'm like, what is he really like? Yeah, he's done some dirty like slew foot and everything. But I mean, you had like guys getting 21 game suspensions and shit. Marchand's been suspended more than that. Huh. It's interesting. Yeah, I mean, Marchand's dirty, and he's like, yeah, he licks guys. Like, oh yeah, Marchand's a little prick, but I mean, as history has proven, you want him on your team for sure because he knows how to win. Corey Perry. I was once in your shoes cringing every time Perry popped on my screen until he joined the Habs for a brief stint in 21. Then I fell in love. He's a pest, but he gets in opposing teams in their fans' heads. Takes the most recent game 1 against Tampa and Toronto. He saluted the booing crowd. But mind games work in hockey. Maybe that's why the Leafs are currently 0-6 in elimination games when facing Perry since 2021. That's pretty funny, actually. Yeah, well, Perry's always been he's been a playoff guy, and I believe he just actually retired officially. Yeah, a couple cups. He had a great career. I was never a Corey Perry fan. We fight now and again and stuff, but yeah, all right. Jordan Binnington. I can't stand Jordan Binnington. Although I will say for the Canada in the Nations Cup there, thank you, Jordan Binnington. You played your ass off. I'll give him that one for sure. But I was happy. I was loving him then. Yeah, I guess like you said, if he's on your team, it's okay. But not to you go to see goalie being a nuisance with the Blues. No, throwing temper tantrums, meltdowns are annoying to watch as a fan. Yeah, I agree. Can't imagine what it's like to play against him, and his own teammates get tired of his babysitting. Put it this way, even Minnesota Wild's Marc-Andre Fleury was fed up and challenged him to a scrum. The audacity for the 29-year-old get frustrated when he scored on a dude. Your job is to quite literally stop the puck. It's called accountability. Yeah, no, Binnington's a fucking goof, and I want somebody to beat the fuck out of him. I was really hoping Fleury was going to grab him and tune him. Because, like I said, he likes to swing his block around and talk shit, and when everyone's between him, he's like, oh, let's go. Like, yeah, okay, buddy. Yeah, somebody needs to beat the tar out of Binnington. Matthew Tkachuk, been in the league since 2016. He's already left a lasting impression. Florida Nat, your ear will not leave you alone. 25-year-old crafty. He, like Perry, gets on the competitor's nerves. Tkachuk, great player. Still can't believe Calgary got rid of him. But him and his brother, man, they're physical, they hit. Brady fights more than Matthew. I mean, none of them are really great fighters, but they're obviously skilled guys. Yeah, it's like one of those things. Every team would want to chug. But yeah. Tom Wilson, carrying around nearly 1,300 minutes. Winger isn't a stranger to be sent to the confined space. He racked up 5 suspensions, including a 7-game slap in the wrist for boarding in 2021. 29-year-old can't be excused for just being scrappy in important games, earning 3 suspensions during the preseason through his career. These guys will all cry about Tom Wilson, these new age fans. To me, Tom Wilson is... I like Tom Wilson, actually. I know Lazito just cringes. Am I running out and getting a jersey? No. But I don't mind Tom Wilson. He's a product of his environment. He's a bully, but he can be in 2025 because who the fuck's going to do anything about it? Is he dirty? Well, I grew up in the 80s and not watching 80s and 90s hockey, so to me, no, he's not. But New Age fans think he's the boogeyman, so, whatever, but, okay. Oh, okay, well, that's the end of the list. Oh, well, there you go. I guess for what the list is, I get it. All right. There you go. NHL's greatest villains, past and present. All right, moving on to YouTube. Apparently, I guess this would probably be better as a live stream type video, but okay, we're not going to do that. Oh, okay. Well, actually, this got brought up in one of my live streams. Somebody had asked me, like. They were just talking about, before my stream got copyrighted by NHL stuff, they were just asking, Probert, Kocur, who do we all think were their best fights, and blah, blah, blah. Or I think it was the most important fight, something like that. But I'm like, well, there's a difference. What do you mean? What are the most important fights, or what were their best fights? Those are kind of two different things, right? But they're like, oh, you should check this out and check it out. Check out their videos, see what you think. So this is from the YouTube channel Enforcers Hockey. And he has done a top 5 NHL fights for Joey Kocur. So I have not watched these videos. They were sent to me. So, you know, I'll hit play here. And like I said, obviously I have the sound down. But top 5 NHL fights for Joey Kocur. Okay. Who is he fighting here? Oh, it looks like Jay Caulfield with the Penguins and Kocur's with the Rangers. Kocur's got that right, man. Yeah, I mean, Caulfield's a big dude, but yeah, he is holding on like he is at the enchant. Oh, and right hand put Caulfield down to his knee, got up, got it down again. Yeah, that was pretty stiff beating by Kocur, man. He that was all Joey. That was about 20 punches to 0. Jay took the L. You know, I mean, he's not. I mean, he wasn't hurt. He's not like KO'd or anything, but he's talking to the ref. But yeah, Kocur's hands are all busted up as always, But man, oh man, yeah, he took care of Caulfield. Caulfield won't separate, though. He's trying to get back at Kocur. The linesmen are in between him. Caulfield's just pissed. He got drilled a whole bunch of times. Kocur's beaking him. Yeah, there you go. Actually, I think Caulfield, isn't he a football player, I believe, at Michigan State, I think. But, yeah, I remember he used to wear that big horse collar. Yeah, I don't know what he's so mad about. They were having words, though. He must be pissed about something, and he wants to fight again? Yeah, I don't think so, buddy. Joey took a round out. You let it go. I don't know what he's so mad about. Because it wasn't like Kocur cheap shot him or anything like that. I think he's just mad about his showing. But, all right. Well, number 5 was Jay Caulfield. Number 4, where's this video going here? Dave Manson with the Hawks and Kocur's with the Wings. I imagine look at Joey's throwing lefts. I forgot about this fight. Oh, Manson's coming back a little bit. They're on the glass. Oh, that right hand. That was the end of Dave. Down he went. I don't remember Joey throwing lefts. I didn't think he knew what that was. Somebody once asked, hey, why don't you ever throw a left? Oh, I never needed to. Well, there you go. I'm sure they met in the Western League back in the day. What's number 3? Oh, Link Gates. When Link was a rookie with the Minnesota North Stars, Link went looking for it. Everybody always shits on Link for losing this fight and getting really tuned up, but I mean, Kocur's landing absolute bombs on him here, and Link is the one thing I said about Link is I said you can watch this. He ain't going down, and he's not backing up. He's still going, and like Kocur's landing bombs on him, but Link's still trying to go and still trying to throw hands. Yeah, Kocur's drill. I know. I actually had someone ask Gates about this, and he said, "Yeah, Kocur hit like a frickin' truck," but. And Link's busted over his eye, but young Link Gates learned a lesson there. But I mean, and like I said, everybody, Joey got him. Oh, okay, well he was a rookie, and like I said with that fight, Link's throwing punches right to the end. He's taking them and not going down. Like that just shows you the chin that Link had, man, because he took some shots and kept coming, and like I said, busted up but didn't care and. Yeah, he took it, but yeah, Kocur was drilling him, man. Holy. But yeah. What's this next fight? The second one. I fast forwarded, sorry. The Probert? Oh, it is the Probert one. Right along the glass there. Whoop. Oh, that was Van Dorp. I thought it was Probert. Yeah. I gotta go. I was busy. I hit. Sorry, folks. I hit the volume really quick. So, hold on. I gotta go back and look that. That was. I don't know if I've ever actually seen that fight. I was busy trying to fast forward because they were showing like the replay of the Gates fight, and I'm trying to keep things going here. But I thought it was Probert for a second because he's just big and throwing. Wayne's doing all right. He's throwing back. Man, I don't know if I'd put that on the list. That wasn't a bad fight. They actually kind of both landed a couple. I think Van Dorp's bleeding, but I mean, he did fine in the fight. I mean, that wasn't some big, huge ass kicking by Kocur. Kocur's laughing at him, but I mean, I think, Van Dorp might be feeling it, but yeah, I don't know if I don't know why that's, and then of course number 1 is the kite fight. Yeah, that with the knockout. Yeah, that yeah. Yeah, interesting list. I don't know. I mean, if you're gonna just I don't know why that Van Dorp fight was. I was cool. I don't think I've ever seen that Van Dorp fight. That was cool. Like the Manson fight. Okay, I mean, you could have put you could have put Delgado on there. You could have put Mike Eagles on there. The Mike Eagles fight's always interesting. In terms of knockouts. The Probert fight, of course. Interesting. How did they come up with this list? I once watched Probert punch Manson, and as Manson was falling to his knees, Probert picked him back up and knocked him out. Yeah, I don't think so, Larry. Yeah, I don't. Okay, I don't know what the criteria for that was, but I don't know. He okay, that is cool. I mean, I like the video and everything. But I mean, like I said, when we're talking about this, it's like, oh, their greatest fights. Okay, like I said, right? Do you mean in terms of actual wins or beatings or just what it meant at the time or blah blah blah? I guess there's a number of criteria that you could go with, but it's something to think about. We will check out Bob Probert's top 5 NHL fights. Yeah, again, this will be interesting. We'll see how this goes. First fight. I really like this fight. This is against actually Mark Tenorti when Tenorti's a rookie with the Rangers. It's right in the they go back to the far end down in the corner, and yeah, and I think it's Harry Deal goes. Mark Tenorti's going to school right now though. Yeah, Tenorti big guy, but yeah, Probert just starts swinging into him and just oh. It's a good fight. Bob looked really good in this one. I'll give Tenorti credit though. Young kid, at the time he stood in there and took it, man. Tenorti was one of those guys. I don't know why, but when growing up, I was never a fan of Tenorti I don't know why though. I don't now as I've gotten with older eyes, and I'm a big fan. But at the time, I was never a Tenorti guy. But you talk about a salty blue liner that had a hell of a career. Yeah, but here he is. Yeah, he stood in there and took everything Probert had. But yeah, Bob looked good in that one, boy. Yeah, Tenorti's just like, holy shit, get me out of here. Yeah. I think the Rangers should have kept, it was number 4. That's a good fight, too. It's against Baumgartner when Bomber was playing for the Kings, wearing the yellow and purple. I had actually put this up on my channel the other day, or put this up on social media the other day. But it's a good fight. Baumgartner always did pretty good against Probert. I think it's just that unorthodox style, right? Like Bomber had a couple fights with him in junior and in the Memorial Cup, but yeah, Bomber's just so technical, and he has that awkward fighting style with his lefts and rights, and just ties you up, and it's frustrating. But yeah, this is a good one. Yep. Oh, Bob's arm comes out of his jersey. Yeah, he's kept his jersey on, but he got his arm out of his sleeve, so that'll be tough Ken's in trouble now. Yeah, Ken's taking it. Yeah. Man, I love those purple and gold LA Kings jerseys. I would like a road one, a purple and yellow Bomber, 22 Baumgartner. Yeah, Ken's firing back with some lefts. Good tilt, boys. That was a good one. Yeah, looks like Bomber's a little cut up here. Oh, and they played the Memorial Cup fight when Probert and Bomber fall into the penalty box. Yeah, classic. Yeah. Number 3. Oh, the Domi fight. This is the rematch with Domi. Yeah, I remember, man, oh man. This was one of the most talked about deals of all time. That Probert Domi fight. Yeah, at Madison Square, and it's like it was meant to be, right? In Madison Square Garden, New York. Yeah. And man, I can tell you, I became a Domi fan, but same thing with I hated Domi when he played for the Rangers. I remember when he first came up, I was like, who is this clown? He gets beat up and does the belt and all this shit. And I wasn't a Domi guy, but Domi definitely grew on me over the years, and I became a fan of his in Winnipeg and stuff, and then with Toronto for all those years. And yeah, great enforcer, had a great career, absolutely. I always, the rematch, Probert won the rematch. I'm like, I don't know. I always thought Probert won the first one too. I don't know what fight Domi ever won that, but I get it. But Probert was cut, so it was a big deal, and Domi's so small, and it's like, I think if Domi was 6'3" and that fight had happened, nobody really would have said something. But 5'8", and he looked like David versus Goliath, and and Domi's such a showman that. It put him on the map, but man, this fight, everybody was talking about this fight, boy, and yeah, hockey was different back then, boy. What was the next fight? Oh, his first fight against Craig Cox in Vancouver. Yeah, everybody talks about the second one in Detroit. I always thought the first fight was way better. I love me some Craig Cox. Oh, this is great, just back and forth. What a fight, man. Just two young kids going for it, right? Two young guys, and Cox is an OHL guy too. I think he might be a couple years older than Probert, but he was in the OHL too. California guy, and yeah, and he would give as good as he got. And I mean, Craig Cox, if you're a fight fan, you gotta love Craig Cox, win or lose, man. He was just gonna stand there and take it and throw it and give it, and yeah, this is a great fight. I love this. This is actually, that probably might be one of my favorite Probert fights, is that one with Cox, the first fight. I love that fight. Probably because I'm such a Craig Cox guy too. I'm interested what number one is. Is it Crowder? We'll see here. I would say Dave Brown, because I mean, that was always kind of the, what fight is it? Oh, the McSorley Pittsburgh one. Oh, yeah. Well, fuck this podcast. If I played this whole fight, this podcast will be 2 hours. Yeah, I mean, I guess this... because this fight's just so damn long. Two legends. Yeah, I mean, what more is this? These guys are... I love both these guys. This is a great fight. Yeah, I was going to say with the fight, I was going to say the Dave Brown one, because everybody always has Brown, Probert 1-2, right? But they had never really had a good, they had fought in Philly one, it was nothing. But yeah, that fight when Brown was at Edmonton, and that kind of, see, whenever the debate happens, because some people have Brown at number one and stuff, and they're like, well, Probert beat him. Ah, you did, you can't, okay, but I always wanted, it was too bad they never had the rematch, and that, because, I don't know, that fight was so, it was quick and dirty, and it was a statement fight for Probert. It really was, caught him, put him down. And if I was making a Probert one, I think I would have that at one, because you could always have because I know everybody talks about Crowder and Domi and all that stuff, and and I get it. At the time, they were big deals because Domi and Crowder were rookies, and it was a big thing, and they cut Probert and unknown guys, and who is this, and blah blah blah. Yeah, I get it, but I mean, it didn't have, to me, the fight with Brown was the number one, and when the champ fights the number one contender, that's what that fight was. Domi and Crowder were I don't mean this in a disrespectful way, but at the time when they fought, they were nobodies. Well, that's what made the fight stand out, because it was who the fuck are these guys, right? But it didn't have the same, it was interesting that it was nobodies that beat Probert, and it's holy shit, right? So it was a surprise factor in that. But the Brown fight, that was that was the heavyweight title fight, right? That was the fight everybody wanted to see, and Probert really punctuated it, right? So I think I would have that fight at number one. I think another great fight I would have, I would probably have Probert, going back, I'd probably have Probert and Gates, because that was such a good fight too, because the young up-and-coming link, they had all the press, and everybody could be the next Probert and all that. That was a great fight. I'd actually probably put, if you wanted to book, well, then again, how was the criteria? But I was going to say, if you want to bookend his career, I always say Probert's last great fight was the fight with Eric Bolton in the preseason. It looked like the Probert of old, and it was just here he is, right? It was he looked really good in that fight. Yeah, and then the Cox fight in Vancouver that they had on here, and Yeah, I really can't argue with any of these fights. It's yeah. I mean, he had so many great ones. It's like, how do you pick and choose, right? It's, it's hard. But those are cool little videos. I'm gonna check that cat's channel out a little more. Again, it's Enforcers Hockey, because they've got like top 5 Gates and top 5 Berube and stuff. I want to check that out. The Kocur, I like the video and stuff. That was cool. Like I said, the selection of some of the fights was a little weird, but again, I still don't know about the Van Dorp fight. But okay, I don't think I've ever seen that. I never saw that Van Dorp Kocur fight before. It's always funny because, like I always say, like I even said this during the live stream. It's like when you see some of these fights, it's like I've seen 8 billion fights, right, with all my DVDs and all my years of watching, and it's like you just forget things, right? Like, yeah, it's like you see it, and it's like, oh, I remember this fight, but it's not like, oh, I can describe it to you blow by blow, right? So it was cool to revisit some of the old stuff, and it was like, and then other things just fall through the cracks. I can't. What was it? It was when I was playing on the live stream. I was playing one of History of Hockey Fights playlists, and I get it. It was an NHL fight from whatever, but I don't know. I'm like, holy shit! I've actually never seen. I can't remember. It was a fight between like 2 main guys. I'm like, why have I not seen this fight before? Or if I did, I completely blanked on it and don't remember a thing about it. But it was great. I loved it. So yeah, you forget so much stuff, right? But yeah, well, that was fun. Yeah, I guess it was like, oh, it's on YouTube and it's an audio podcast. It's sort of like, well, that would, thanks, man. Yeah, I guess you guys couldn't really see it, but we're just talking. I guess it's like reading a list to you, right? So. But yeah, that was cool. I enjoyed that. But look at that, 50 minutes already. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna go upstairs. I actually have to, tomorrow Sunday here in Saskatoon is the massive Show and Shine car show. It's the biggest car show of the year. They're expecting last year they had about 25,000 people down there, and I have to go check on the garbage and make sure everything's ready to go for it. So I got to be down there at like 5:30 tomorrow morning. Those crazy bastards already start rolling their cars in at 5:30 in the morning, and I don't want to be anywhere near it with a smelly and leaky garbage truck and everything else. So, but I have to go down and check on the barricades and the cans and make sure everything's out and ready. And yes, it's on overtime though, so money. Yeah, hopefully the weather's nice for it. I'd hate to see it rain and all that shit. But yeah, some great looking cars down there, boy. Oh yes. Things the greatness of the past, much like this podcast. We talked about the greatness from the past. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Anyway, hope you guys have a good week. We'll get out of here. So next Friday, we will, if like I said, provided everything goes, we will have the live stream at 9:00 Eastern on the Fourth Line Voice YouTube channel. And also Monday, coming up here in 2 days. One tomorrow if you're listening to this on Sunday. Monday the 18th, the 7th annual Bob Probert Invitational Tournament will begin, and 64 will enter. We'll see who remains. It'll be a voting tournament. We'll go through each round, each bracket, or each round per day, and we'll see who ends up with the winner. So please come out and vote. And yeah, on the Fourth Line Voice Facebook page. And yes, there we go, folks. So the Bob Probert Invitational, the live stream, Friday night fights. We got lots of stuff happening at the Fourth Line Voice. Try to keep you guys entertained here. So enjoy your Sunday. Thank you for tuning in. As always, I greatly appreciate it. Like I said, I know there's a million podcasts in the world to listen to. The fact that you chose to listen to this one, I greatly appreciate it. So please leave a like or a star rating on the iTunes or the Spotify. But okay, folks, I'm getting out of here. Thank you very much. And hey, man, we'll get out and vote. Watch some and join the live stream next Friday. It's like I said, there's a chat board in there. Get in there and talk, and we'll bullshit and we'll share some stories. All right, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
And you people that don't like fighting, how many of you did you walk out and get a coffee while that was on?